It's not a time lapse, is it? No. The little thing that goes around? No, it's not. It would have like little clock. There was a video. Yeah. Starting to roll now.
And probably get more money too, because yeah, she gets insurance. But if she goes
It's kind of a funny place to be spending your birthday, isn't it?
For me. Almost half the cookies here.
That's awesome.
Have you ever stay on?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's not too much to ask. Well, happy birthday.
I just not go.
Just knock everything.
If they need help, they can go to the teacher.
What's that?
With some watch party.
Oh, nice. I like watch parties. It's good. We have about 65 people on right now. What's your name? My wife, this is Eric. This is my wife, Eric. started, I want to be respectful of your time. We appreciate you taking your time out tonight to be with us and get some information. We're going to start, actually, with I'm the cooker. I forgot I'm the cooker. All right, so we're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we'll get into the meeting. All stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you very much. All right, my name is Eric Nottingham. I'm the school district treasurer. If I haven't met you or I don't know you, again, thank you for being here tonight. We are also streaming this on Facebook Live, and we'll be posting the video to the website at some point, so welcome to those who are joining us online as well. So quick agenda you see on the screen above me for tonight, just some general information about the issue that you'll see on the March ballot on March 17th, a brief district financial update, along with what's at stake and some community perspective. We'll have questions if time permits. I'm going to try and keep this evening to an hour, a little over an hour. So as we have, if we have time, we'll address some questions through the moderator, and then we'll get you guys out of here. All right, for submitting questions, I have some helpers here. They're going to be passing out half sheets of paper. If you have a question, if you'll please fill those out, and then pass them to the end of your row, and then we'll collect them later on, and then we'll get to those. Again, we won't get to all of them, but we are going to have a separate forum on February 11th that will be all question and answer. Whatever we don't get answered tonight, we will discuss on that night, or we'll also be putting all of them on an FAQ that we'll post to the website so that you are ensured to get answers to all of your questions. Also up here and on the sheets as well is a web address for an online question submission. Those get emailed directly to me. So if you have other questions as we move along or as you go home, you can also submit those questions online. That'll actually take you to the Let's Levy committee page, and then there's a submission form directly for questions on that website as well. All right, getting into the issue. So on March 17th, the district will have issue 18 on the ballot. The issue is the same ask that we had in November. It's going to generate $2.815 million annually for 5 years. It's a 5-year term, like I just said. The equivalent in millage is 6.7 mils, which is a little different, so I just wanted to speak to that briefly. Last year, when the board approved the levy to be on the November ballot, I take that to the Stark County Auditor's Office and they certified the millage. At that point, they were using 2018 values when they were certifying the millage, and it calculated 6.9 mils. When I took it in December, they had just received their updated 2019 values, and our property values across the district had gone up slightly, and that is calculating it now down to the 6.7. So it's still the same ask, but on the ballot, you'll actually see 6.7 mils instead of the 6.9. The ask, again, is the same, so we're going to get into just a little bit of a financial update now and go from there. On the screen now is just a brief summary of what's called the 5-year forecast. 2 times a year, I'm required to present a 5-year forecast to the Board of Education. Once approved, that gets submitted to the Ohio Department of Education. So that the first one is adopted towards the beginning of the school year in October. And that's what is reflected up here. The latest one, which was October 2019. And then I do a follow-up every May towards the end of the school year. So when we're looking here, we're looking at fiscal year 20 in the first column, which is the current school year. So if you look at the numbers, I hope you can read them, try to make them as big as possible there. We started the year off, this school year, with $5.7 million in the bank. We're estimating total receipts in the general fund of $27.4 million and total expenditures of $27.6. So you see on that next line, the revenue surplus or deficit, we're looking at first deficit spending this year. So until this year, we were not running a deficit. So we're finally getting to that point where those expenditures are exceeding the revenue that we're able to bring in. So the tune of about $230,000 estimated this year, and then that compounds as we move out. So this shows the
the next 4 years after this school year, all the way till fiscal year 2024. If you've seen these forecasts before, every school district in the state does those. When you get out to years 4 and 5, it's not uncommon to see deficit spending. We don't have a crystal ball, so there's a lot of assumptions that go into these numbers. And so the further we get out, obviously, the more time the board and the administration has to act. But based on the current programming and other assumptions with inflation and whatnot, that's not uncommon. When we start getting into deficit spending in the current year or even in the next year or two, that's when the red flag goes up a little bit. That's actually what puts us on the radar of ODE, because if we get to a negative cash balance, which is what we're showing the red in fiscal year 2023 at $4 million, that's when ODE would put us into what's called fiscal emergency. It's a designation where they would actually provide a board to the school district who would make operating decisions instead of our own locally elected board. So the need is still here. It hasn't changed since November, and the board took action then in December to get onto the March ballot again, so that we would have one more chance before the end of this school year to get additional revenue passed before we have to look at what would have to change next year without the additional revenue. All right, so looking at those numbers, you might have heard us say before, but Louisville has always run a lean budget as far as that goes. This is general fund, major operating revenue information specifically, and all schools across the state have two major sources of revenue, those being state foundation, the money that we get directly from the state to fund education, as well as local property tax. So you can see, depending on, well, I guess you can't see here, but depending on the relative wealth of the district determines how much you get of the state aid versus what you get of local. So the wealthier you are in the eyes of the state, the less state revenue you get, the more you're reliant on property taxes or that local revenue. So you can see here, for our state aid, that covers 55% of all of the money we get into our general fund. So in the state's eyes, we're kind of just below that middle level of relative wealth to all the other 607 districts in the state of Ohio. So again, this was for last school year, fiscal year 19. So for total property tax, the district received $8.8 million, and then that state money was $14.5 million. The PTA up there is related to property taxes, but if people have heard of homestead and rollback, what happened is until 2013, any levy that passed was reduced by 12.5% if you owned your property, and there was a few other factors such as senior citizens and the like. But basically, they would reduce your property tax due by that 12.5%, and that was kicked back in then from the state. So we would receive that reimbursement rate from the state. It wasn't collected through property tax. So that for us last year accounted for almost $5 million, and then the all other was 1.7. So that includes money for students coming into our district for open enrollment. That includes investment earnings on the district's investments, also fees and the like. All right, so just quickly on the major revenue source, I talked about the state revenue. Here's a graphic that kind of shows where we're at. Back in 2009, which is the first year to the left, the district received about $15.2 million in the state revenue. You can see as we kind of went through the recession, there were some hard times in 2010 to 2012. We were still working on the 2006 and 2009 valuations, which plays a factor into, again, that percentage of what we get from the state. So you can see in 2012, we were kind of held harmless. We actually got some federal stimulus monies through ODE, where the federal government was trying to bail us out a little bit. You can see in 2013, that's when that all bottomed out. We received no more federal funds at that point, so that's where we saw the low at around $14 million. Since then, we've increased incrementally a little bit through 2018, and then we saw a little dip last year in 2019. So between 2009 and last school year, we're receiving $800,000 less than what we received back again in 2009. So that is one of our issues. Our issue is really about revenue, not necessarily expenditures. So I just want to touch base too on this regarding the needs. So there's two keywords or ideas, I guess, that you'll hear when you're talking about school funding. Not that I imagine many of you are talking school funding on Saturday nights, but the Duralf case was specifically related to the school funding formula. So until 2010, when Strickland took office, all districts were on the same funding formula for years and years. Okay. Back in 1997, there was actually a case brought to the Ohio Supreme Court regarding school funding specifically, and the Ohio Supreme Court declared that school funding at that point was unconstitutional. Unfortunately, since that time, nothing has been remedied. They kind of washed their hands of it in 2003, kind of put it back on the State Department of Education's plate, but again, nothing has really changed. There was a new formula introduced by Strickland that tried to address some of those things, but it was only in effect for 2 years and it wasn't fully funded. Kasich got office and he didn't like it, so he scrapped it and came up with its own, which was similar to what was in place prior. So we're still kind of in a holding pattern now that Ryan's in office. They froze our funding for the next 2 years based on what we received last year, and I think the hope is to try and get another funding formula for all of the school districts, maybe in the next biennium, in a year and a half here. So that's the case for the state foundation, our major revenue source. The other issue here is House Bill 920. So that was related specifically to the property taxes that we received. So back in the 70s, House Bill 920 was passed. And basically the gist of 920 is when a levy is passed, when the voters approve a new levy in a school district, that levy does not grow. So if it generated $1 million when it was first passed, then it's going to generate $1 million every year thereafter. So as your assessed valuation of your property values increase, that revenue doesn't increase. They actually reduce that millage to what's called an effective millage. So I just have an example on here. So our first recorded voted levy was 1968 there, and it was passed for 6 mills. And currently on that 6 mills, it was generated about $800,000 back in 1968. We're still receiving about that, and they reduced our millage. We're actually collecting 1.6 mills on that levy so that we can again generate that same level of revenue from year to year. All right. So I can stand up here. I can talk about the 5-year forecast. I can talk about a lot of things. I said that we want to lean district. What does that mean? So one thing that we use is these benchmarks. So ODE has reports that they publish on the website that collects data from all the school districts, again, those 607 school districts within the state, and then we can rank on all of these different metrics regarding those financial and other related information. So I'm going to ask Mr. Antonacci, our board president, to come up, and he's going to talk a little bit about those.
Good evening, everybody. I am the engineer on the board, so I'm the data geek. I like the spreadsheets. I like to do the benchmarking, and I use that a lot in decision making and everything else. So bear with me as I try to go through a couple numbers. I've been told it only takes one little bit of misinformation for somebody to vote no on a levy that they otherwise would vote yes. So my intention here is to try to share just a couple high-end level numbers, so you get an idea about where we're at as a district and what we're like and how well we're managing your monies and whatnot. The first set of measurements kind of gives you an idea about our district as a whole. I've heard people say everything that we're a wealthy district or we're a poor district, and the case is, in fact, 253rd highest, 279th highest out of 607. We're just about average. We have an average wealth in our district compared to 607 other districts in the state. So with that said, one might think, hey, if we're average, we should have probably average expenditures, average revenue, average everything. And that's not the case. And we also don't have average students. We have above average students, and we have great parents and great families. So we're kind of an anomaly that way. So as I go through these next numbers, keep in the back of your mind that wealth-wise, we're kind of average. We're right smack in the middle. So let's break it down into revenue first. This looks at the revenue that our school district brings in. And the way to compare a district to another district is by looking at the number of pupils. So everything's kind of done in a per pupil basis, so everybody's normalized. With our roughly 3,000 students, we rank 22nd lowest for revenue, total revenue per pupil. Again, we're an average wealth community. There's 607 districts, and we're the 22nd lowest for revenue. So as we, go forward with the levy and ask for money, we're not asking for money to become a high revenue district. We're even just trying to get anywhere close to average, kind of like our average wealth in our district. 22nd lowest on revenue per pupil. Locally, the revenue coming in from our community itself is 113th lowest. So remember, we were 250th or 260th wealthiest. We're the 113th lowest community investment-wise into our schools. So that's a little bit of a dichotomy there. On the expenditure side, you look at revenue, then you look at expenditures. It's not too much of a stretch to see that we're the 25th lowest total expenditure per pupil, which is, obviously, we're hanging in there with the 27th lowest revenue. So we're doing everything we can with the money we have. But there are 577 districts, there's more than that above us, that spend more on their students than we spend on our Louisville kids. Imagine what they're spending that money on and what's available to those students compared to ours. Instructional expenditures. That covers everything inside the classroom. We're at 27th lowest. So that's not a great number when it comes to trying to make our kids competitive across the state and across the country. Operational expenditures per pupil, we're the 97th lowest. And operations includes almost everything else. Maintenance, buildings, the electric bills, the gas bills, and everything else. We're the 97th lowest out of 607 school districts. So we've got our expenses kind of by the throat. We're squeezing everything we can out of that limited revenue that we have, and I think it shows. I've heard people even approach me saying that, we're out of whack, our administrative costs are way too high, we should address the administrative costs. And that's an easy thing to say and even think. It's one of those things you just automatically kind of look at. But the real data, and this again compares 607 districts, the couple measurements I like to use is pupil per admin ratio. The higher, the better. That means you have more students with a single administrator, and we do it across all the districts to kind of normalize it. And we're the 72nd highest. 72nd highest student to admin ratio. Higher the better. Administrative expenditures per pupil. The first one's like a head count. The second one is actually dollars, what we pay, what we write checks for. We are the 27th lowest. Kind of falls almost exactly in line with our expenditures being the 25th lowest or the 27th lowest. Our administrators, what we pay for administration is 27th lowest in the state. So that was an example of some misinformation that's gone around, and I can imagine people have voted no because they don't think we control our expenditures or admin expenditures correctly, so I want to dispel that. And then the only other thing I'd like to say is, I know it only takes one reason to vote no for a levy, and hopefully if you do, you know, that one reason is accurate, it's true, it's factual. I'd like to offer over 3,000 reasons to vote yes. That's about the population of our students. We're a community. Communities raise our students and our children. We can't do it without a good community. We've got 3,000 reasons to vote yes and support these kids. We're, as a district compared to the rest of the state, we don't shine in revenue, we don't shine in expenses. We are not putting the money into the classrooms to help our kids that I wish we would. We've got phenomenal kids. It's probably the only thing that keeps us afloat. We have great staff, we've got good families, we've got a great community. We just need to continue down this path and keep supporting these schools. That's what Louisville is all about.
Thank you. All right, thank you, Greg. Two, I wanted to make a note. As you can see on the bottom here, all this information comes from the Ohio Department of Education. If you ever are interested or you want to check these facts, you can just search, go to ODE's website, and you search District Profile Report, and that's what has all of this information in it, and a lot more. Moving on, just one other metrics before I turn it over to Ms. Schaefer to talk about what's at stake. But we talked about revenue, we talked about expenditures. The final item that I showed you on that 5-year forecast is our cash balance. So at the end of fiscal year 19, if you look at that chart, we ended the year, started the current school year again at $5.7 million. Our total expenditures, or our total budget for that year was 26.1. So on a different report that ODE puts together, they look at all of our 5-year forecasts and benchmark that cash as a ratio to our expenses or annual budget. So at 2019, we were at 21.9%. So what does that mean? Before I get into the next slide, which shows the actual comparison, I did want to just mention below, we look at those cash balances as reserves for paying expenditures in the future. And at that 26.145 million, if you divide that by the 365 days in the year, that amount will cover us for about 80 days. So less than 3 months that we could sustain if we had an issue with funding our revenue. And then where does that rank us? So this is a little smaller on the right side here, but on the bottom I have the ranking in the state, if you can see that. And in the chart, I rank this to all of the other Stark County school districts. So like I said, for fiscal year 19, we ranked at 21.9%. And it also on the last column has a 5-year average. So for the 5-year average, we were actually even lower than that at 18.8%. In the red box towards the bottom, it has a Stark County average. You can see the Stark County average for fiscal year 19 was 42.3%. And again, that 5-year average was 37.8. So where we're trending, especially in that 5-year average, is that we're about half of what the county average is. And so consistently in the last couple of years, especially, we've ranked 16 out of 17 districts in Stark County, with the only one with a lower ratio than us being Kansas. And then at the bottom there again is the ranking for the state of Ohio. And for the 5-year average, we ranked, you can see a mark over here, but we ranked maybe 4th lowest as far as the cash that we actually have on hand at that given point in time. All right, without further ado, I'm going to be asking Schaefer to come up, because she's here. And she will go through what's at stake.
The district has always run effectively and efficiently with the resources that we have been given by the state and local taxpayers. We are at a crossroads in our district. It's a very serious crossroads. On March 24th of 1997, the Supreme Court of Ohio ruled in a decision that the state funding system fails to provide for a thorough and efficient system of common schools, as required by the Ohio Constitution, and directed the state in 1997 to fix it. The state has not done their job. The way in which school districts are funded and a need arises in your district, you either have to raise more revenue through taxes or you have to cut expenses that the treasurer can certify the budget. A combination of basic cost inflation over time, state and federal unfunded mandates such as College Credit Plus, along with the needs of some of our high-risk students, the mental health piece for our students, and other items continue to be dropped at the door of public education, and we are told to fix it. The board is committed to protecting our academic environment, but cuts must be in place if our attempt at passing the levy fails. So staffing, programs, and services that we provide to our students will be dramatically different. You saw in a slide earlier that over the last 10 years, our state funds have actually dropped from $15.2 million to $14.4 million, and we are very dependent on state revenue in this district. Following are the cuts that will be in place for the beginning of the 2020-21 school year if our levy fails on March 17th. Staff reductions. Certified staff, 13.5 positions. You can see at the bottom that's 12 teachers and 1.5 tutors. Classified, 28 positions. That's 8 bus drivers, 6 classroom aides, 5 proctors, 2 secretaries, 2 library techs, 2 bus aides, 1 monitor, and 2 custodians. Administration, that's 1 building administrator. Extracurricular stipend reductions. All middle school athletics, middle school AD, middle school instrumental, high school assistant AD, our academic challenge team, art club, champs, French club, STEM club, history club, key club, science club, Spanish club, sports club, audiovisual, auditorium, power of the pen, spelling bee, jump rope, and seeds. Transportation reductions. Route bus maintenance and fuel, reduced extracurricular trips. Our busing will be reduced to state minimum. There will be no high school busing, no elementary or middle school busing within the 2-mile radius of the school. We have approximately 3,000 students in that district. 1,700 of our students will become walkers. In 2021-22 school year, staff reductions. Certified, 13 positions, a central office position, and our contracted services. School safety, our 2 resource officers will be gone. Mental health, we have 3 care team family support specialists. They will be gone. Technology, 2 tech integration specialists and 1 technology support technician. For each building, at Louisville Elementary, 3.5 certified, 8 classified. At North Lim, 1 certified, 3 classified. At Louisville Middle School, 2 certified, 3 classified. Louisville High School, 7 certified, 4 classified. The district, 10, 1 administrative. Additional items to be implemented for the 2020-21 school year. Paid to participate fees will increase with no individual or family caps. Online payment convenience fee will be eliminated. There will be no field trips. Reduction of district purchased classroom supplies. In 2021-22 school year, there will be no evening or weekend activities in elementary or middle school buildings. They will close when our kids leave the buildings. And there will be a reduction of our high school athletics. our needs remain real to continue our day-to-day operations. Cuts this deep have lasting effects on a district and will be devastating for our kids. Every employee of this district helps in providing a quality education every day to our kids when they walk through the doors throughout this district to do their job. Kids, they are the best investment we can make as a community. And when they grow up and they have a choice where they want to live, we want Louisville to be at the top of their list. They are the future workers and taxpayers who will keep us strong. We have some community members who would like to share with you their perspective. First, I'd like to invite Barry Collins up.
All right, while Larry's walking up, I just want to make 2 notes. If you have questions on those sheets, if you'll go ahead and pass those to the ends, and we'll collect those so that we have those for the portion where we'll do questions. Finally, I meant to mention this earlier, and I forgot, so I apologize, but this PowerPoint presentation will be made available on the district's website for you to look at and share later tonight, so you'll have access to that as well.
For those of you that don't know me, my name is Larry Collins. I'm the city manager. I've been asked to speak to you this evening on potential implications of some of these reductions to our community. One of the primary reasons that I was brought here is to revitalize our community, to expand our economic base, to make an attractive and desirable location for folks to live and want to raise their families. When we go through that checklist and we check the boxes of things that are important for community, one of the highest rated issues that we have in public safety is the quality of the school systems. We know for a fact, and the data fully supports, that people will relocate. They will go to jobs where a community has a strong school system. And so I wanted to share with you that if this does not transpire, if we do not pass it, if we do not have strong schools, our challenge of rebuilding our community and making it a destination where folks want to come, want to live, where your kids and your grandkids want to stay, becomes all that much more of a challenge. We're making some very nice progress. Many of you were involved in the strategic planning process that we put together, and you told us those quality of life issues were important. That included the schools, the parks, the recreation, all of those things. I certainly can't do it by myself. I can tell you business leaders, I meet with them quite frequently, get advice from them. I think we're headed in the right direction. We've got to keep that going. If we fall back, it's just that much more difficult to get out of the hole. So from the standpoint of the broader community, of our ability to attract businesses and to attract families to our community, this is really important to us. I've said it before, I wrote it in the Herald, and I stand by it. It's really important. So I ask you to consider that aspect as you go to the polls this March. Thank you.
Next, we have Deb Cooling, one of our real estate agents.
Thanks, Michelle. Hi, Debbie Goulding, and I also spoke with Arden Lingenhole, and we both have the same views about real estate in the area. Now, I don't just sell real estate in Louisville, neither does Arden, neither does any of the other realtors that are here, but I can tell you this. One of the first questions people from out of the area, and I deal with relocation, one of the first questions asked of me is, show me a place I can live where they support their schools. Show me a place where they support their schools. They want to know if we pass levies. They want to know what the district's report card is. They want to know what's going on here. Louisville's not the only district that's asked of. It's all over the county that is asked. We have wonderful schools in Stark County. I think most of you would agree with that. And we have terrific schools in Louisville. We want to keep the real estate values up. Am I going to stand here and tell you that they're going to plummet in the next 6 months if we don't pass the levy in March? No, they won't. But it'll gradually go down. So the money that you've saved not increasing your real estate taxes, you're going to lose when you sell your home. It makes sense to pass levies. I have 3 properties. I live in Nimishillen Township and I have 2 in the city. My real estate taxes will go up more than the average person. But I'm willing to do that because I have grandchildren here and hopefully someday great-grandchildren, because I love this community. I hope that you do too, and I hope that just thinking about that and thinking about your values and what you want here in this community, that you will continue to support the schools. It's a great school district. There was not one cut up there on that board that I want to see happen. That makes me really feel bad. I'm normally a lot of fun, but this isn't fun. This isn't fun at all. Because those of you who are voting no, tell me why.
Next, we have Andy Tarowski with us. He's our police chief.
Hello, everyone. I just want to make a couple of points. First, before I forget, because this isn't something that we often think about, with the reduction in busing and the increase in the number of children who are actually walking to school and/or families and parents driving kids to school, that gives us some concern. Anytime you increase the traffic flow, you increase the number of pedestrians, naturally you increase the potential risk to those people. On top of the fact, I'd like to say that we're all calm when we drive, especially when there's long lines and delays, but that will certainly create some traffic issues around the schools, and I think it's fair to say that most of us know what happens to people when they get frustrated behind the wheel, and that's something that concerns us. But I think more importantly, as we look forward in terms of things that concern me, are related to the SRO program. For anybody who may not be aware, going on maybe a little over 10 years now, the police department and the school have engaged in a cooperative effort to create and maintain our SRO program. As a matter of fact, our 2 school resource officers are to my right back there, Officer Carosello and Officer Proud. In some school districts, the school resource officers are primarily responsible for providing just physical security. And while our resource officers do that, there are a number of other things they do that I just want to touch upon real quick. It would literally take me an hour to discuss with you the full width of what they do on a day-to-day basis. Training. ALICE is the protocol that is widely accepted as a response to threats in the school building, active shooters or things of that sort. They provide training to not only staff but also to students in the most appropriate, most effective ways to respond to those types of circumstances. They also provide education programs from bullying to internet safety, drug and alcohol awareness and prevention, the types of things that are issues with students today. They provide educational programs to the students in regards to that. As a matter of fact, in 2019, they provided 38 such programs between all of the school buildings. They are also very heavily involved in the care teams. They are a large piece of identifying at-risk students and then ensuring that they get the services that are necessary to mitigate those risks. And a lot of that surrounds mental health, which is, of course, a hot topic. If you've seen the signs outside for the Say Something app, students have the ability to get on an app and forward any concerns they have about a particular student or any event at school. Our school resource officers, 24/7, 7 days a week, are the receptacle for those concerns. So even when they're not physically here in the building working, they are still working towards student safety. They get those tips or leads or that information, whatever you prefer to call it, and then they follow through with it to make sure that there's nothing there that is either critical, or if there is something that's critical, that they address it in the most appropriate way. But finally, and probably in my estimation, most importantly, they are constantly in the school buildings, they're constantly having contact with students. They have developed rapport with the students in the school district, which of course sounds like nice, but the reality is, if something bad is going to happen, if there's something bad that's going on, the rapport that they have developed with those students is what allows those students to come to them and provide them with information, or or tell them that somebody may be at risk, or somebody may be thinking this, or somebody may be thinking that, and puts them in a position to follow up and prevent, and I'll use the term broadly, but prevent bad things from happening. And that doesn't happen overnight. You don't build that rapport with students overnight. It's something that we've been working on for years, and it's something that we can without question say has had a very positive impact on the safety and security of the school, and it's something that without question will also be lost with the elimination of those positions. So as a homeowner, I certainly have an interest in seeing the levy passed, but as a police chief and somebody who's responsible for safety and security of the students in the school and outside, it gives me great concern to think that a program that now has become so successful and such an integral part of safety and security for these students, it gives me great concern to think that one day it may not be here. So when you're debating and thinking about whether you want to vote for or against the levy, please consider that, because for us it's a very real issue, and I think it's certainly something worthy of any voter's consideration. Thank you.
Next, we have Bill Jeffries.
Well, a bigger group would stand up here, isn't there? We could stand right here and read a bit. Barb and I have been here for about 25 years, so we're sort of newcomers to the Louisville area. We've invested here, our kids have gone through school here, and they've been active in a lot of activities. Barb and I have both been involved with township activities and school activities. And so I got to know the district very well. I got to know the district administrators very well. I'm speaking tonight about what outsiders think when they come here. I've had the opportunity working with Chesapeake and Encino. We brought in 100 and some people from Oklahoma to start up here, and some of the other oil companies. And I'd like to share with you what they were looking for. And they want some basics that you and I think that are there. They went to the grocery store, the banks, and so forth. But they wanted a school, and good schools, something comparable to what they had coming in. And I have local businesses coming in with the same questions, and they ask, where should I send my child to school? Where shall we live? And so I showed them, and as an example, I was sitting in the building, and I said to the two mothers, come with me. And we jumped in the car, and we went over to the elementary school. Mrs. A was teaching phys ed, and she walked in, and she had a kindergarten class, and introduced herself and introduced those kids. Real tall. The principal came out, changed the whole view, and told us what was going on. I took them over to the middle school and walked down to the 7th grade hallway, and they got the teachers coming out and shaking their hands and talking to them. They were sold, and they sold others. There are great things going on here. I also have the opportunity for the last 20 years of riding a bus that delivers Stark County leadership for about 35 people through the Stark County program. And we drive around, and I show them, here's our industry, and then I bring them by the schools. And it's just unbelievable when you turn in past the middle school, and you see the track, and you see the tennis courts, and you see the high school, and this is where the band practices, and over there is where the YMCA behind it play soccer. And then look at our stadium. They're sold. We're talking people from all over the county at this point, and they're sold. So what we need to do is continue our good schools if we're going to bring businesses here. Every time a business comes in and sets up and pays taxes, that's taxes you and I don't have to add on to our house. When we had the oil companies come in and their real estate taxes are $325,000 per year, that's money you and I didn't have to spend. So I'm saying to the group, however you feel about the levy, you need to get those businesses in. The way you do that is give them a place to live and give them a good school district. And that's what I believe in, that's what I've been trying to do, and I hope that when it
comes time to go to the poll, you'll think about how to save money by doing that same thing. Thank you.
I'd like to now introduce two of our students, Robert and Avery.
Hello, I'm Robert Duncan. I'm a senior at LHS, and I'm here to talk to you today about a bit of our student body perspective on what the levy means to our schools. I'm sure you all heard Mrs. Schaefer, Mr. Nottingham, give the numbers behind what our district may look like should the levy not pass. But I wanted to qualify some of this to see what it really impacts across the board. I've been fortunate enough to participate in a variety of extracurriculars during my time here in Louisville. What I gained from these activities is far beyond participation alone. Sports such as cross country and track taught me the importance of leadership and teamwork. From participation in clubs such as speech and debate and academic challenge, I gained skills in critical thinking and communication. I could not imagine what my life would be like if I did not have the ability to participate in those activities. To be honest, I don't even think I'd be able to speak in front of you today. On top of the life skills, extracurriculars give students the ability to be part of a community outside of school. Clubs give students an outlet where they can express their interests with those around them. I cannot count the number of times in the past week where I've had my peers come up to me and talk to me about the fears they have for losing their activity. While I may be graduating after this year, I can honestly say the resources Louisville has provided me with made me feel prepared for life after high school. Unfortunately, the rest of our student body might not be able to say the same. I urge everyone here today to help protect our schools, because without strong schools, there's no way for us to have a strong community. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Avery Wenger, and I'm also a senior at Louisville High School. I'm going to stand here and recite facts. I just have some questions. So, how many of you know a student in the district? How many of you know a friend or a different community member who really has a favorite sport, a favorite class, or a favorite club? A lot. What gets those students up in the morning? What gets them up at 6 a.m. bright and early, walking through the cold, riding the cold bus, cold, Ohio? But what gets them up and to school? It's probably their favorite things, right? What was your favorite part of school? Now imagine if all of those are done. You saw the list, it's extensive. So I did a survey, and 60 kids in grades 8 through 12 said that their favorite parts of school were sports, teachers, classes, fine arts, and clubs. And one thing that's interesting to note is that of the 60 responses I got, 5 said sports were their favorite. The overwhelming majority was classes, clubs, and teachers, which is what's going to be cut. To quote several of those responses directly, kids have become a place to express themselves. Classes and teachers have molded me into who I am today. The clubs could help someone get through the day if they have a bad home life, perhaps. These clubs are essential for Louisville High School, Louisville Middle School, Louisville Elementary, and North End. You don't have to take it from me, but they also want you to know that many people rely on these resources and they're being taken away from us. Think about the kids. We're the future. We need the integral programs. So, yes, this is a tax, but I think they're worth it. I think you're worth it, and I think we're all worth it. Thank you.
Thank you guys. I tried. All right, so thank you all for being here tonight and speaking. So we're going to go into a brief period of questions. I'm going to ask Karen Privet to come up. Did everybody get theirs passed to the side? We can still pass them. And then we'll try and get at least a couple of those addressed tonight before we finish up. And then again, we'll try and get all of those answered through FAQ that will be posted online, as well as, again, February 11th, if you can join us back here. That night will be no agenda, other than it'll just be a Q&A for us to answer any and all questions that go away. All right, you're still coming in, so take a little stretch break. one is, what is the current millage and when does it expire? So currently, the district has one levy that expires. It's an emergency levy that was first passed in 2013. It's on a 5-year cycle. It's similar to the type of levy that we're asking for in March. So that one was in 2013 voted in at 1.835 million annually. It was renewed again in 2017 for another 5-year period. It was originally voted in at 5.9 mils, and currently, as I discussed earlier, that effective millage, so that we're collecting the same amount, we're collecting at about 4.5 mils. In total, including what's called inside millage, we have a little over 52 mils in total. Of that, we collect 24.3 or 4. All right, this one is, how are you going to address the organized opposition to this levy and the fake news pushed by the newspaper? There has been, there's not organized opposition. Obviously, I've heard from people who are in favor of the levy. I haven't been contacted by an organized, I guess, action of people that are in opposition. So I know I've met with people who are in opposition. I will talk with anyone. I will meet with anyone. Michelle and I, the board, are more than willing to meet with anyone to go over and answer specific questions. Obviously, there's reasons why people aren't supportive, and we're willing to discuss those. As far as the newspaper, the strategy of this campaign truly is just to get the information out. That's why we're having a community forum tonight. That's why we're going to have a question and answer session on the 11th. But the goal is to get that information. So I know the buzzword is fake news, and with social media and the rumor mill, a lot of things get stretched or misrepresented easily. So hopefully by addressing these questions, putting all of those questions in the FAQ, will help address those and try to make them public. We're also all ears. We have a Let's Support Committee that meets every Tuesday, and we're working on strategies again to do a better job of communicating. So we're all ears. If you have ideas or suggestions for us, we're willing to look at that as well, because our #1 goal is to make sure that you guys are all informed and the community as a whole is completely informed when they go to the ballot box on March 17th. Another one? All right. All right, this one says, what about tax increases affecting local businesses? And who pays health insurance and how much is it? All right, as far as local businesses, they pay taxes just like everyone else, so it would be an increase for them as well. I don't exactly know what the gist of this question is, other than they pay a portion of tax as well, and they would be affected by an increase in millage to pay their portion. Who pays health insurance and how much is it? The district has a self-funded health insurance plan for our employees that's managed through the Stark County Council of Government. We're in a consortium with all of the school districts in Stark County, along with a bunch of other school districts and public entities really across the state of Ohio. And through that program, I think the family plan is about $1,800 this year a month, and the board pays a portion of that, and the employee pays a portion of that. There's the health insurance, we have medical and prescription, which is the medical piece. We also have dental and vision options as well. All right, why purchase a skating rink when other properties are in dismay, not being utilized, such as Fairhope, Pleasant Grove, and the Green? All right, we'll just that one first. So basically, tried to put the information in the top prints last year. So the skating rink was kind of a buzz among a certain population of the community when we were looking at the ballot issue in November. So basically, the board has been looking at at the skating rink for quite a few years, actually. We were well aware that the property was delinquent in taxes and was moving towards and through the foreclosure process. We were in talks with the city at one point discussing that, and so depending, why it's not depending, but the cycle of the county as far as the prosecutor processing that foreclosure, the timing was not ideal. I admit with a levy request on the November ballot. However, we were able to purchase that property for $100,000. $50,000 of that we were receiving back in delinquent property taxes. So the net effect was a total cost of the district of $52,000. And the property value, the market value for the county auditor's office is near $400,000. So from a strictly investment perspective, it was a great deal. Obviously, some people don't feel that way, but we are also looking at it from the perspective of we have a lot of athletic programs in the high school that have to travel for practice facilities. Baseball, softball, golf, and some others. So, in looking at that property, one of the ideas was hopefully in the future we could put some batting cages or something in there. That's still to be determined. Obviously, all that's on hold as the district kind of looks towards March and operating at this point. Postage. Ridiculous. The mailing from the middle school. It's going to say I don't know what mailing you're talking about. All right, staff retirements. How many to offset the loss of teachers? I don't really understand what that question is for either. We do have a couple of teachers retiring this year. Throughout the last, really, 10 years as we looked at kind of the deficit and the dire issues before the passage of the 2013 issue. A lot of positions were reduced through attrition as much as possible. And since then, we do the same thing. Anytime somebody leaves the district or retires, we look at that position to see if it's necessary to replace that position. So that doesn't change one way or another. That's just one way that we try to be efficient with the tax dollars we have. Okay. Let's take one more and then we'll go from there. Okay. All right, why are we eliminating all of the athletics, clubs, teachers, and general things because we have no money? Yet the football teams got new uniforms and got new turf on the football field. Also last year, the baseball team got new stadiums, etc. All right, we'll start with the baseball. That was all funded by private donations, the turf. So that was no cost to the district. We're thankful for those donations, and we're glad that we can provide that for our students. Back to the elimination of athletics, clubs, teachers, it comes down to the numbers. I mean, we don't want to do any of these eliminations. We don't want to do any reductions or cuts. None of it's good for students. But at some point, really the point we're at is something has to change. So if we don't get additional revenue, we're at the point where there's not really fluff to cut. So it's going to directly impact programs. And for year one, we saw what those programs will be. And the last piece was the new uniforms. That was for our uniforms, and what we're really trying to do for a lot of items is put it on a rotation so that we're not surprised with a purchase that has to come up. So football uniforms were on rotation. They were actually on the rotation for this coming year. But we had, again, community members step up and donate a majority of the money for the cost of those uniforms. So we got them a year early. And the new turf, we were getting close to life on the existing turf, and there was actually an issue with, I think, the seams, and I don't want to get too far into the weeds, but we could come in and have the company do warranty work, or we could have the basically big discount on the replacement of that money. What we have is a separate fund where all of the reserve seats for the stadium goes into the money that we get for those seats for ticket revenue, goes into a separate fund so that we can keep funds in there and grow over the life of the turf so that we have money set aside for those. So that money was used, the portion of money that was in that fund for that was used for that purchase as well. All right. I hope I answered some of those. Again, we'll get the rest of those answered as we collect those. So we'll get you guys out of here real soon. I just have closing remarks by Joanne Jansen.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Johnny L. Chansey. I've lived here all my life except for 4 years of college. I grew up with 3 brothers and a sister. My grandpa owned Metzger Hardware. My mom and dad they were the Metzgers. My dad came from Minnesota as a Klebeck. He opted to stay here. My dad was one of 15 children in St. Paul, Minneapolis area. He met my mom in college. He would come here for visits. My dad chose Louisville because he liked the community. My husband, Andy L. Jancic, came from Euclid. I was here my whole life. Oops. I didn't know any better. I grew up with like McAllister, Tom McAllister, with the Flattings, Metzgers. I mean, everybody. We just grew up and we had a great time. And a lot of you know my brothers and myself. I taught a lot of you guys. We had a great time. It was a great community. When my husband he was a baseball player. He went to Kent on a baseball scholarship. He got cut by the Minnesota Twins. He came to Kent. There was an English position in Louisville, Ohio, and he could coach. He could be the head baseball coach of Eric Catalano, and he could coach football. He came here for 1 year because he was going back to Euclid because he was a big man up there. And he was going to go up there, teach, and go on. He was coaching my 3 brothers in baseball because we're all a year apart with Catholic family. I didn't even know him until that spring when my brother Mike broke his collarbone sliding into second base. Andy came over after the game to check on Mike, and he met the sister. He loved my brothers, obviously, more than he loved me, really. He loved the community. He said the Booster Club, the people, they embraced him, and Louisville was a great town. Now, those of you that like baseball, back in the day when there was no cell phones, there was no whatever, we decided after we dated years to get married. He wrote to all the Chamber of Commerces in the warm states, and he had a little board in our apartment, and he would plot where we were going to have 6 kids, and we were going to raise baseball players. He chose San Diego. Those of you that know baseball, San Diego was the place with the climate and the weather. So, it didn't matter with his family, he only had 1 sister. You know, I had everybody in Louisville that I really loved and liked, but when you're young and in love, you will follow that person anywhere. So we made our choice, we were ready to go out, and he looked, one day he said, Joni, this is Louisville, do you want to leave your family? I'm going, well, for you, back then, yes. He said, but you've got all your relatives, all your friends. He loved the people of our community. And we decided probably 2 months before that we were not going to San Diego. We stayed in Louisville, Ohio. We raised 4 kids, not 6, but 4. And they were in a lot of different activities. Everybody supported us when he was sick. I mean, I had a lot of needs and a lot of things, but everybody stepped forward. And when I teach and I saw a lot of kids with needs and stuff, it was just the thing that you did. So, you know, it was just our life. We loved Louisville and we stayed here. And all I can say is I was so happy that my son John moved back after, what was it, 17 or 19 years? He came back to Louisville, Ohio. He could have lived in Hartville, where his wife was from, but he chose Louisville. I have grandkids here. When I look at all the activities, from the football, basketball, baseball, speech and debate, I have a profound love of our band and all that they go through, and the speech and debate. People do not know what kids are in these clubs and stuff, and that people, the adults, the teachers, the coaches, the people that volunteer, how much they give to our children. We are just so blessed, so blessed. And when I was at the elementary, just like what Bill said, and Chesapeake came in, I would get like 6, 7 kids, new kids a month in my class. And they all told me that their parents did a research of the whole county. They chose Louisville. This past summer, I was at one of my grandkids' games and I met another family, started talking to them. They're from Jackson. Jackson, they got all the money in the world and all these programs. He said their kids are thriving here. They are playing in their things. They said people here are so friendly. And they couldn't talk enough about Louisville. And there are some of you that, I don't know, my grandpa Metzger always said, you vote for levies. My dad, Andy Klebeck, said, you vote for levies. It's for kids. It's not for us, it's for kids and how they will come and they will give back. I mean, I just want to tell you, I love our community. I love Leopard. I think I bleed Leopard. But I'm telling you right now, some of you that are being, and I hate to see it, but some of my friends, when I see where they go on vacations and stuff, and then they tell me that they can't afford it, or I see where they eat, and then they can't afford it, I don't know. I'm just telling you, I love Louisville. Your kids will thrive. Your grandkids will thrive. And I just think we cannot lose this. We got these 2 wonderful kids here. We just got to keep it going. So that's all I got to say is vote for the levy. Please vote for the levy. Thank you.
All right. Well, again, thank you for coming tonight. Meet us again on February 11th. In the meantime, suggestions, questions, please feel free to submit questions again online at that web address, and